say hello? Yeah, cool, thank you. Right, so today I am replaying. I have played it a couple of times. I've made a video of the newest Crucible, so that will be uploaded later today. But I'm gonna play it a couple more times today. There's only 6 levels, so it doesn't take long to get through it. And I think there might be a part 2, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So let's see. I've got some tickets saved up, so if I can get a decent roll on the luck bonus, I'll whack through it a couple more times. Currently, they're not displaying any sort of leaderboard anymore, or at the moment, I should say. At the moment, apparently, I'm in the top 500 to 250 rank. I don't know if I'll get any higher than that, to be honest. I've had a fair amount of rewards already, so there won't be any watching of the videos on that front. Microphone is a bit quiet. Let's see if I can crank that up. I'm not 100% sure I can get it any louder. Maybe it's just that I'm not talking directly into it. Or maybe I can turn the overall volume down so that it's a bit differential. I think volume wise, yeah, it's at a maximum. So if I crank this down again. Now, hopefully, you should be able to hear me clearer over the sound effects. How's that sound? Am I talking clearer? Yeah, long time no see, definitely. It's been a long time since I've done some streaming, so. But I've had a new computer and a new graphics card since then, so I was doing it via AMD, but I've now got a NVIDIA graphics card, so I'm doing it via OBS. So a little bit of a learning curve on that front. Once I've done this, I will have a look at the new Into the Dead Darkest Days on Steam demo. So I'm playing Into the Dead and streaming today. A bit better. Okay, let's see if I can crank it down just a little bit more, because the gunfire on Into the Dead is quite loud anyway. Let's see if I can get any sort of higher volume like this. I don't know. Yeah, other than my test stream about a month or so ago, the last real stream I had was a good couple of years ago. I've changed jobs since then and moved house and all sorts, so my YouTubing just sort of had to fall to the wayside. Right, let's see if I can get a decent luck roll while we're doing it. I don't want to listen to the videos themselves, because they're annoying. But yeah, in the meantime, plans for today are a couple of runs, maybe 3 runs on their new Crucible event. The first time through, I'll watch the video, even though I've watched the scenes twice now, making the video for it last night. Yeah, YouTube was always a hobby. I'd only ever really done it just for fun because of like the t-shirts and the Into the Dead stuff that I was just chatting and playing with. It never made mega bucks, for instance, so it was never a career or a job in any way. It was only ever for fun. So it just had to stop for a while. But now I'm all set up and all ready to go, and Into the Dead have introduced a new game and a new short story, so I thought I'd play them and see if I can get back on the ball and play a little bit more. I won't just be playing Into the Dead and their new games. I think I'll be playing all the sorts of games that I usually play, which is generally speaking Apocalypse, Fallout 76, new Fallout games if they come out. Fallout London. I've been playing a bit of Fallout London as well, the modded version. I might even give some of the other games that I haven't actually looked at yet in my game library a whirl. I've got some other zombie games and other horror games that I can play. So I'm thinking if I crack on once a week or something. Current thoughts about Into the Dead 2. What I'd like to see. What I'd like to see is a new set of challenges. I'd like to see a good reason, because obviously they've done all these updates with improved graphics throughout the storyline, and I would like a good reason to replay the entire storyline. I'd like a new mode. I'd like insane difficulty mode with some new challenges to complete. I'll go for something like a shotgun or a special weapon. Yeah, I'd make a load more guides if they could do a load new stars. I'd like, yeah, a super difficulty mode for a maxed out build. So I've got like lots of level 20 maxed out equipment. I'd like a good reason to go through the entire storyline again. I'd be able to see all the new graphics, get a load of new stars, test out all my funky new weapons. I think that would be a really good incentive to replay it. Hello Tamir, thanks for watching my guides. There hasn't been a lot recently, but as I said, I'm going to probably make a load of new guides on the new Steam game that they've released. But I haven't even looked at the demo yet, so I'm going to look at the demo today after doing a run or two. I just need to get a good roll on the old this, and then I'll pay for a gold just to extend it throughout, so I can avoid as many of the adverts as possible, because it's boring. But come on, give me something good. I'll actually even go with 2 double boxes. That would be fine as well. No, but yeah, let me roll that. If I open Steam for a minute while I'm doing it. What am I playing nowadays? Most recently I've been playing Fallout London. So, and 76, I still play 76. Today I'm going to give Darkest Days demo a look. That's all installed and ready to go. And I've also got a load of, I've got Doom, Total Wars, what other games have I got? I've got some Dying Lights and such like that I can also play. There's Dying Light 2 out now though, isn't there? I might have to buy that and give that one a look. Right, let's see if I've lucked out yet. Let's go Dave. Had this idea system, a 6th difficulty named extinction that would double the health of zombies and lessen the time when you are grabbed by zombies. Oh, I just want a good roll. Give me nothing good. Yeah, I think that would be fun. An extinction mode. So, oh yeah, so you have to react quicker to get your knife in. I understand what you mean by lessen the time that the zombie's grabbed. Let's see. Can we see me face? Shall I show off the nice new t-shirt for a minute while I can? That's the second t-shirt that was recently a competition for from the Into the Dead team. So I managed to get a copy of that. That was good. I haven't played the demo yet. I will play that after doing a run on normal Into the Dead, and then I'm going to play the demo of their new Steam game, which should be quite good. Oh, just give me something good already. I assume everybody's used to this pain. I just want 500 or 700 foot of shotgun or special weapon or ammo crate for both weapons. Any of those will make me happy, and I will just play on. But in the moment, I am just having to roll the adverts until I get one of them. So bear with me. I was maybe making sure that my stream was good, but apparently the OBS has saved its settings quite well. So I'm fairly happy with that. As I said, from using the built-in streamer that was on an AMD graphics card to moving over to an NVIDIA, the built-in streaming on the NVIDIA card is awful. It doesn't make good streaming. It can do like a 2-minute video and sort of like a playback feature, but it's not really built for streaming to YouTube or Twitch or anything, so I've had to work out a new way of doing it. What you got going on here? I've got 2 of those t-shirts. Yeah, you've got 2 of the white ones? Or do you mean you've got the black one that was previous and then this white one? Because I've got both the black one that came out first and then this white one. I was really into the game for a while, especially mobile gaming in general, before I got a console and PC. I haven't been on a console for a while. My last console was an Xbox 360. And I was playing Skyrim at the time, and I wanted to get into the mods. I wanted the, what was it called, the unofficial bug fixes mod. So I got a decent PC and never looked back. So as soon as I moved on from consoles, I never got another one. While we can wait, you can rate side stories from 0 to 10. Side stories, that's not a bad idea. The only problem is I'd have to remember. Right, come on. Roll at something good. Nope. Watch video. I know. If I open YouTube, then I come to my own content. Let's see. Legacy. I quite liked the new character in Legacy. That was quite nice, especially considering the scene in the new thing. That poor lady didn't fare very well. Or was that Legacy? As I said, it's been a long time since I've looked at the old content. Let's see if I can find a playlist. I mean, there's Frostbite and Reckoning. Reckoning's quite nice. On 0 to 10 though, I prefer to just do it in, like, what one's my favourite. I probably like that one. Descent. Is that Descent? Yeah, Descent is probably my favourite of them all. Not especially because of the gun or anything, but that's got some of the best gameplay. I like the corridors, but maybe that's just because I'm quite a fan of Doom. Admittedly, like Doom 3, the horror version of them, before Bethesda took over and made Eternal, I believe it is. Yeah, not missing much beside consoles exclusive. Yeah, and modding takes it over to another level. Yeah, with consoles exclusive, I mean, Nintendo have their own thing, a very closed system, making their hardware. If you want their type of games, you've got to get their hardware. Xbox is very much, a lot of their stuff is on PC anyway, due to like the Xbox integration into Windows, so that's not a problem. And PlayStation, you've got PlayStation Now for PC, so you can get a lot of PlayStation games on PC now. So there's only the odd title that doesn't get onto PC, and it's probably not worth an entire console to be able to play like maybe a few titles a year that they'll give. Oh, give me a roll already. Awful. I was hoping to get this done. I thought, I know, I'll get lucky, I'll get a few rolls in, and it'll be quick and easy, and by the time I've actually got a stream up and running and my rolls all done, then I'd start to have people watch. But Scary Dave found me like within moments of putting the stream up, so I was like, oh no, now I've got to be entertaining as well while I wait. But yeah, I wasn't thinking I'd get much. But damn. Really, I just like them. Usually it rolls pretty fast, the ammo crate for both. Ammo crate for both is really quite useful now. Current games on console. Yeah, being a console system, the games can be developed very specifically for their hardware, so you get very good compatibility between developers and the consoles because they know exactly what they're doing for. You don't get the issues like the cyberpunk problems that you get on PC because there's such a wide variance in the PC market. You don't know the hardware they're on, graphics card, CPU, all the rest of it. So the development of what is actually there seems to take a year usually after a release of a game before it's really settled in for the actual PC market. So I tend to wait on buying new releases of games. Not only do you get a Steam sale that will half the price of the games by a long way or more after a year, you also get all the bug fixes and updates. So I know they're doing a lot of like alpha and beta and pre-release and all the other names that they want to do for saying you can pay us for our unfinished game immediately. I don't really see why anybody bothers. Honestly, I don't want to start with a change. I want a decent roll. Just give me a decent roll. I'm getting on my nerves now. Yesterday was the day I finally hit 1 million silver coins. Yikes! I've been spending my gold and my silver and such like, just upgrading the items. Definitely not doing a bow. So, as I said, let's get a roll, and then I can do a couple of runs, and then I'm going to play the Into the Dead new demo, and that'll be a few hours of actual gameplay. But microtransactions, yeah, microtransactions, very small DLC. Everything took a turn just to make everything a lot more expensive and smaller purchases. But that is the future of gaming, unfortunately. Oh, let's go for it. 700 foot of rifle ammo. I've had enough. We'll go with that. Right. Well, here we go. So, since I've got some rifle, let's throw in good old arc, and we'll have a run. Ooh, let's make sure my pad hasn't turned itself off, because that's a insta-fail. I tend to die quickly if I haven't got control pad on. Cool. Test it's working. There we go. Oh dear. Yeah, no, I've never modded any phone game, to be honest. I don't even know how to. I do the PC modding, which is a little bit more supportive.
Did they see us? Nah. Matter of fact, we don't need to worry about Uncle Sam no more. Look. Them cowards is all heading west, just as the pastor said.
It's not a problem.
These are the final days, brother. It's the end of an age. We all blessed to be here witnessing it.
Yeah. Well, the ceremony should be starting soon. If we don't want to witness the pastor's wrath, I reckon we should be heading back.
Okay. I'll see if I can turn the volume down.
Sure,
I'll
sure.
pause it once we start.
We just got one more thing to take care of
first.
first.
Be really loud gunshot-wise.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Okay. I'll get this started.
You stay sharp!
Pause, because that's going to come in really loud. Okay. Let's bring it down. How's that sound? That still sounds pretty loud in my ears, but not quite the same as... Is that a little bit more tolerable? Can you hear me over the gameplay? I suppose I can also crank this down a little bit as well. It should mean that... Okay, I'll give it a go and let me know how the sound and everything else is. If the gunshots are too loud, or if you can't hear me over it. That'd be great. Right. Okay. Shaboom. By far the best bow in the game. The crossbow mixed with the improved flames from the Ghost makes it an absolute monster in comparison to every other bow. Bet you think? Awesome. So that means hopefully I've got the balancing of the sound correct.
We just need to check on our friends here. Oh, what do you know? That one got loose.
Oh dear.
Flapping around like a chicken. Go on, tie back up, will you?
Well, that shows you how one of the other side stories ended. She did not have a good time. But I wonder why she's not a zombie. Why she's not all zombied out, because she doesn't seem to have any head wound.
Go on. Tie it back up.
She just seems to be all normal sorts of non-alived.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'll tell you what.
There seems to be a few scenes in this side story where the graphics isn't as polished as the normal gameplay that I'm used to. So about halfway through you'll get to a point where the zombies are coming at the two army people who are tied to the flaming stakes, and that scene, just the zombies just look bad, just not as good as they usually are. Right, so I'm not going with pistols. Since I've rolled 700 of this, I'm going to take that and back it up with good old Crampy. I need to get some firepower in. I couldn't have a pistol and a assault rifle. It won't be worth as many points, but I've got to have some more power. Oh, it's not giving me 700 for it either. Wonder what's going on there. Well, I'm not used to having no bonuses at all. That's gonna make my ammo mission a bit of an issue. Yeah, back in, I don't know, when was the game released? Rusty's Krampus was one of the very first ones that came out, wasn't it? I mean, we've had a few rocket launchers since, but
Oh, hey now, why are you looking so pouty for? Well, don't seem like nothing. Listen, brother, we all make mistakes. But you should know that I've had enough of this poor old me crap. Now, Mr. Martin has done a lot for us, a lot. And his community and that gate is all that's keeping you from joining the damned out there, so buck up. Got it? I got it. Shoot. That could have been useful next time. Don't forget that.
yeah, the EOD instead of the SWAT zombies when they made the graphical change. I don't really know why, but I assume it was something to do with wanting to release it in maybe China, because they don't like police violence, so I think they changed the graphics just to remove the idea of them being SWAT and i.e. police therefore. But yeah, armoured zombies that you can only kill with extremely high damage or explosives. I mean, they're the reason that things like, let's have a quick look at guns, since my luck roll doesn't seem to be working at all anyway, it doesn't make any difference. The best shotguns in the game, like the Colossus and the Tyrant, can go through armor protected zombies, but otherwise you are pretty much reliant on the Titan or Krampus and the Marauder. It means that the reason that they exist, the fact that there are EOD or the old SWAT zombies that are armoured, means that there's two classes of weapon. There's the weapons that can kill them, and there's the weapons that can't kill them. So it puts things like the Krampus, the Titan, the Marauder, and those two shotguns in a class of their own. So generally speaking, your backup weapon is always, or should always be, one of them, so that you can get through clusters of armoured zombies. And then your first choice of weapon can be a decent multiplier. Right, I'm gonna... Well, since it didn't actually give me my rifle ammo, I have to give that one a crack again. We'll just crank that down a second. What we got? Well, I can't guarantee it's because they wanted to do a release, or the release in China as such. Obviously I'm not that into it. I know they make a lot of changes for the market. Say in Diablo they take out skull icons and such like in their games because they have rules against death iconography, etc. So I know it's a big market and they make a lot of alterations in certain games to be able to accommodate for that market. Obviously in the Europe and America, etc. games, they haven't said remove the skulls and such like from in Diablo games for that. They just make a branch of their own game that removes it. But yeah, they made there was a reason that they removed SWAT and went to EOD, and I assume it's for a reason like that. There'll be a financial decision that they are doing that for. They didn't just decide that they don't like SWATs anymore and they want to make them police, or maybe they did. Maybe they went, all the other people are army, so why have we suddenly got some police people in there, and they did it for a continuity thing. So it could be a continuity for storyline that there's a lot of army people around, let's have armoured army men as opposed to randomly armoured police in amongst the waves of zombies. That could have just been a storyline continuity decision, but there was a reason that they changed the graphics, so I just assume it will be one of them. Okay, let's see if this one actually works. Shotgun for 350 feet. Okay, it won't matter on this level because I haven't got...
Hey, Churchy! Did you bring the s'mores?
Quit fucking around. Cut the damn ropes already.
Right. And we're about to get to the scene. I mean, this all looks brilliant, as far as Into the Dead mobile phone graphics goes.
We just had to pick our moment. This is the moment, Mason. This is it.
Quit distracting me, will ya?
What about being burned alive? Would that distract you? Oh, fuck.
Fear not. We the righteous will prevail.
I mean, the grass is a little bit flat. But the zombie that's about to come in looks bad.
I'll be seeing you, Courtney.
This is the moment.
Seriously. Is it now?
What's going on? What's happening?
No, this one. What's with these dudes? Why are they all low res? And then this is just... what the hell? And then him. What's with your face? I'm sure that I've seen higher resolution in its gameplay than that. Alright. Start the dodging and weaving. I mean, I keep myself to the left-hand side of this road. I don't know if there's another chainsaw somewhere else. Oh, this is going to be rough. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Let me pick up a token so I can carry on. Go on then, let's give it another run. That wasn't good. My first two runs, I survived pretty well on this. Hence,
Did you bring the s'mores?
I'll skip that. Okay. Yeah, having no weapon at all was kind of rough. Whoa, you came in from the side pretty quick. Let's get myself over to this chainsaw. And if anyone wants to know a quick thing, use a dagger before you run out of chainsaw, and boom, you've got a full chainsaw back again. I don't know if anyone else has found that, but yeah, there's a quick hint for you. Anyone watching this video, you now know how to get double gas for your chainsaw.
Mason! Okay. I'd say we got a few hundred more between us and the main gate.
Well,
There's a lot,
yeah,
but they're slow. So keep moving and try to get around them.
yeah, stage 3. That was the first time I've actually died on stage 3. It is a particularly difficult level because of that. But yeah, hopefully, there's a quick trick just to get double the chainsaw. Make it to the chainsaw without using your dagger. Get to the end of your chainsaw gas so that you've only got a little bit left. Use your knife and get your chainsaw gas back. There's a quick exploit for everyone. I don't care about them, so I'm not going to watch a video to get more of them. I don't see why I would. What did I roll again? Oh yeah, a very short amount of extra shotgun. But we'll take a shotgun for a while, why not? So, boom, Tyrant. That's a good one. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know if you can use it on other. Since we've only got 300 meters on this, let's blow some of these puppies away.
Try not to get yourself killed. I don't need the extra paperwork when we get back.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, this is all very well and good that it heats up if you fire a lot of bullets, but your clip size isn't very big. So to actually get to the burning bullets, you actually have to waste quite a lot of ammo. It's like it doesn't overheat quick enough. You see, that took quite a lot of ammo to get that thing to actually overheat. The Tyrant, yeah, those 5 guns that I was talking about earlier make the game a hell of a lot easier. The blast zones, the fact that they can kill everything. They canned it.
Well, I guess now we know where we're headed. Those bastards better not leave without us. Did you hear that, Corporal?
Mason, did you see a little girl? Around 5. She was injured.
I've seen a lot of fucked up things recently. Look, Corporal, saddle up. We're being evacuated. We're getting out. For good. Oh, come on. Don't you pull that superhero save the world crap on me now. Not now.
No, do it at the end. Do it at the end. After all, after this, you should go save the little girl. That'll be a brilliant second part to the story.
This ain't on you, okay? If it was, I'd be the first to let you know. You know that. But it ain't on you. Alright?
Yeah.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so when you get to the end, I mean, I will upload a video of the entire storyline after I've actually finished playing, but I've got a video sitting here on my desktop, for instance, ready to go, of the entire storyline listened to and watched all without me talking over it. So anyone who has got stuck on the earlier level, and again, I'm not taking an SMG, let's take Colossus out, because that's another powerhouse of a gun. Lore-wise, this event is huge. Yes, it's a lot of good lore based, and I do like a good.
Brainless creeps want this shit heap state so bad, they can have it.
Yeah. Let's get the hell out of here.
I mean, Colossus with the Easter egg skin, another absolute monstrosity of a gun. Possibly not quite as good as the Tyrant though. Like I said, I don't think this one overheats quick enough. I think pushing that red bit at the bottom of the gun up till it actually gets hot and the bullets start burning, you just can't fire your ammo off like that. So I get it about halfway, but then it cools down so fast that by the time I'm using the rest of my ammo up, it hasn't set fire. So I think either it needs to cool down slower and retain its heat that you've actually built up more, or it needs to overheat easier so that you can actually get the fire effect going. And we're in grenade territory. Make it through to the barrels. Conserve my ammo that way. Let's get some of that loaded. I'm gonna need it soon. And incoming extreme amounts of SWAT. Boom. Made it to the plane.
Wait. Something's up. Mace, give me some cover.
Thunderous roar. I don't really use that one a lot. I don't know if I've paid enough attention to the noise.
I was hoping I'd see you again. Hands in the air! The fuck are you doing here? Huh? What
Well,
am I doing here?
just macheteing people for fun. That's what we're doing.
Well,
A crazy son of a bitch.
tonight, I'd say I was
I gotta say, I do like the facial expressions that they've put on him.
way out.
That's some really nice programming.
From this rotting, stinking...
Those crazy eyes.
That was the plan anyways. But it wasn't good enough for y'all, was it? Barton gave you a gift. Salvation through the sacred flame. And what did you do? You turned your nose up at it. You spat in his face.
Mason, they're all dead. The pilots, everyone. But it was
Jace is about to lose his shit. Pop. Yeah, that's not what you think it is, but okay. But yeah, I've what we got? Oh yeah, it's the special weapon one. I've got no luck roll. Yeah, damn. Let's watch a luck roll. Come on, let's give me something good, nice and quick. I don't want to sound bad, but it seems to me, besides Mason and Gus here, every character like Silas, Stave, Isaac, and Abigail feel underutilized. Yeah, there's a whole lot of storyline. I would like a lot more on Pastor Barton. I would like a backstory, a growth of Sanctuary. I would really like to know where he comes from, because you only ever come in halfway through his storyline, and with the few little opportunities where you meet him, he's already the leader of the religious fanatics, isn't he? So, and there's a few right-hand men and or women that are associated with him. I think there's a good amount of storyline to find in Pastor Barton. And yeah, the other characters, by the sounds of it, like Abigail, you find she's not fared too well after her side story. But actually, with the Into the Dead thing, everybody doesn't fare exactly amazingly. Both weapons, now you roll it. Jeez. Right, right. Let's throw in the old Krampus, because the Krampus skin is good. Let's back that up with Arc. We'll whack through it. Oh, turn the volume back on.
Listen to me. This place is swarming with the dead. We gotta get out of here.
Oh, what the hell? Send me off proper, damn it. I didn't figure you for a coward.
There are still choppers in the air. I say we get up high and we try to signal one of them, okay? But we have got to go now. Fall in! That's an order!
Okay, Corporal. I'm with you.
Hey! Where are you going? No, you can't leave me out here. Those things will rip me apart. Hey!
Woe to him who is alone.
I haven't seen the 28 Years Later trailer. I've seen 28 Days and 28 Months. But I haven't seen the trailer for the new one that's coming out yet.
Where are we headed?
The refinery! They should see us from up there.
I don't know what's happened. I have lost my control pad. Let's see what's going on. Okay, well, the pad says it's still working good. happened there. Bit touch and go in the zombie apocalypse when your finger stops working. I got an itchy trigger finger. It's not what you think. And here we go. Right. Nothing quite like an explosive gun to clear the path. Okay. Thoughts on the M5 Cuthbert? Well, as far as rifles go, as in the sniper rifles, the Cuthbert, because it's got an explosive grenade, is therefore going to be the best one to use. The grenade it launches is a bit slow because you've got to attach it and then fire it off, which means it's probably the least effective explosive grenade in the game. But all the other snipers have very low total ammo counts and very low clip size, so the sniper rifles don't compete or perform as well as the assault rifles do. But also, I mean, my Cuthbert isn't max rank yet, so I'm struggling with getting the Cuthbert's rank up. I'm trying to collect its parts and etc, etc, but obviously you can buy all the parts separately with just gold, but I'm a little bit low on gold as well. It's it takes some time to build up my bits, so, and that's another 40 parts for the old dog. Lovely job. And I'm going to turn the volume down, and I will take that video because I want the extra parts, and then I'll quickly look at the guns. But yeah, the M5 Cuthbert will be the best sniper rifle in the rifle section, simply because it's got a grenade attachment option. But the whole range won't compete with special weapons or assault rifles. That's the problem with the game, is it really struggles to get off-class weapons to be usable in comparison. I mean, for fun, sure, but purely, strictly speaking, usability, power. There's another 8 parts, lovely. Right. If I turn the volume up just a fraction so we can hear that. If we come to the pistols are fun, etc., much like the Dragoon that's got a shotgun shell. Means that the Dragoon will outperform most of the others. The shotguns down here are brutal. so they don't need you don't need to worry about them. The SMGs are all underpowered in comparison to the assault rifle class. Obviously, the assault rifle battalion has got the grenade launcher and the Vanguard that's got the shotgun, but I'm still building up parts and haven't even started leveling them up. The rifle class, obviously you had the Cobalt, which was the best one. The carbine's nice because it's got that extra dagger, but overall it's very difficult to level up due to its paywalled nature. I got given it for free, like, I don't know, for Christmas they gave it everyone who logged in and claimed it for free once. So obviously I got it, but there's still no side story, there's no mission that hands out parts, so it's extremely slow and extremely hard to level up. The Cobalt itself, with its armor piercing ability, was the best. We come in, and obviously it also adds to Cayman starting ammo. Did Javelin also have... Oh, okay, it's the Javelin that's got the sniper ability. So I can't remember why I thought the Cobalt was better then. Maybe it's just the overall damage made the piercing. Oh, it does have piercing. Yeah, it does have piercing, and that also has piercing, and that's why, because it has increased damage and still has piercing. So the Cobalt became the best, and then obviously the Cuthbert with its grenade will now be the best, but I need to get it ranked up, and it still won't compete with pretty much any assault rifle just due to its low magazine size and therefore an overall low ammo count, and ammo is very important to be able to get through the levels. The bows, well, bows are terrible. The crossbows, the Spectre, the Vlad, although it looks very nice being a big old javelin launcher, doesn't compete with the Absolution. The Absolution was, due to its increased magazine size, reload and fire rate, it basically changed what was a bow class. The Absolution's rapid refire made it as powerful as assault rifles. And then they also threw on top Death's Touch, which added Incendiary, which further increased its damage, meaning that as the Absolution goes, you've now got a bow in what was the weakest class stand up against assault rifles. So you've now got a single weapon in the bow class that takes it out of its usual very weak state. And then obviously in the special weapons you've got a range of all weird and wonderful ones. Things like the Bainbridge, the Juggernaut, the Harbinger, less so on the Juggernaut front, but the Bainbridge and the Harbinger stand up against assault rifles, and therefore you could choose them if you wanted to take two assault rifle types, but they still don't stand up against the Krampus, the Titan, and the Marauder. Sawtooth and Aftershock are all very fun, and Nailbiter. Nailbiter's alright, it does stand up against assault rifles, but the nails fly ever so slow, so you can fire and it takes a while before it actually makes the impact and kills the Z. So it's a little bit off. And obviously the wind up time on the Juggernaut before it starts firing makes that a bit of a technical difficulty. And then obviously there's Ghostbuster weapons. We ignore that they exist, to be fair. What's next? We don't talk about those. Our Ghostbuster weapons, but we don't talk about them. Right. Yeah, yes, the Absolution is very similar to the Nailbiter in that the ammo doesn't work. I never go full auto. I always turn it off full auto to the single fire mode and just one shot all the time, try to pick up the ammo back as I go, and very, very casually take my time with it. And obviously if I get a cluster, I can go ba 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 ba. But as you said, lots of wasted ammo. Like with the nail biter, you could fire 3 or 4 shots and they all hit the same Z. You only needed the first one to kill it, but because it's still the one that you're aiming at, the other 3 bullets all hit them, and you waste all that extra ammo. So you're and because of the time difference between how long it actually takes to travel, means that you do get a lot of wasted shots that way. So yeah, but yeah, Hellfire's fun. Sawtooth's fun, watching that blade bouncing around, and the Aftershock's fun. But again, the Aftershock, the Zeds are all standing there, all shocked and all zapping, and you can run into them and still get hit as such. I suddenly realised I've been talking a lot. Let's see how much time I've actually got on that, or if I've wasted it now. I've wasted it now. Okay, oh well, we won't carry on with that for now. Let's play Into the Dead PC. See how that game plays. Works out. Close this off. We'll just shut that for now. Okay. Never played this yet. Don't know how it works. Don't know if I can even use a control pad. So, let's see what it is. Oh, I do have control pad support. Lovely. Right, brightness. Let's start with the graphics quality. Okay, high it is. I don't know how dark is dark meant to be. It doesn't tell me how dark am I meant to have it. A little bit dark, not so dark, really bright. Where's my instruction to do I not want to see that side? Well, okay, down here in that bottom corner there's some boxes. Let's make it so that I can just make them out and assume that's probably about right. No, not +1. Let's go with -1. 0. Let's leave it as it is because I haven't got a clue. Great. Compiling shaders. Really? Do you really? Summer 1980 on a VCR icon. Wow. Nice. Okay. Well, we're on a controller. Let's what we got. Fire, throw, next phase, sprint, interact, melee, sneak, assign, melee on the X, flashlight. Okay, I have no idea if I remembered any of that. That's very annoying. Keeps moving it back, even though I'm not telling it to. Okay, graphics quality, target frame rate. I very much doubt I'm going to need dynamic resolution or DLSS. gonna matter. Oh, I should have clicked apply. Okay. It's definitely got some spooky effects going on in the background. That sounds pretty cool. Backpack, melee, run, fire, an A button for everything else. So that little cluster of zombies looks fairly freaky. Let's see what goes on. Wonder if they, yeah, might be like Project Zomboid.
John Ward. I want to take a moment to thank y'all for your patience, resolve in these most challenging times. It's that Southern spirit, it's that Texas grit that gives me full confidence that we'll not only get through this crisis, but come out stronger on the other side. I only wish I could be here to see it. However, folks, I regret to announce that today I'll be moving my office to a secure spot outside the city limits. Now, no need to go assuming the worst. This move is strictly to facilitate better coordination with our boys in uniform, who are at this very moment putting together a surefire plan to retake our city and eradicate the... Huh? You know where? Skip. So just hold tight, secure your homes, and I assure you, the tide will turn. God bless you. God bless you.
I'm not sure if anyone out there is still listening to this trash, but if you are, know this. Nobody is coming to help you. There's no plan. Look, what they did, it's wrong. It's all wrong. We are trapped, and staying here isn't an option. You have to get out. Escape the city any way you can. Get out now.
Cool. Sebastian and Diane. This is very much like This War of Mine, in that you get to choose your survivors like this at the beginning. I've only got 2 to choose between. So who we got? Sebastian and Diane. Diane spent her time outside of class waiting tables at the local bar, saving for a pair of high-end turntables. She had always struggled to connect with Sebastian, the bar's reserved and I don't even know what that means. Kermangly owner? Okay. But now, having fled the establishment, the two find they share something in common: the will to survive. So Sebastian's a gunsmith, ranged weapons are cheaper to repair, marksman deals more damage using firearms, and jaded, morale is restored slower than other survivors. Diane is untiring, loses rest slower than other survivors. Optimus passively gains a small amount of morale every phase, and poor craftsperson, barricade repair is less effective. Okay. Got a bit. Change pair. Oh yeah, okay. So there are more. It just doesn't like D-pad. It doesn't like the analog stick. So it. Okay. Daryl and Leo. Yeah, thanks for that. I might have noticed. I might have missed that. Daryl and Leo. Daryl, an irritable high school baseball coach, has been grappling with a difficult student named Leo. Despite his frustrations, Daryl is determined to stay by Leo's side and help him locate his family as the city descends into turmoil. Okay, Iron Stomach can eat whatever you like. Whittler, melee weapons are cheaper to craft. Bad Cook can only cook slop at the cooking station. Wonderful. The lad is tough, less combat damage. The Slugger, increased melee damage. And Voracious, loses more hunger each phase. So he's yeah, gonna need feeding. But can't be fed by Sloppy. That's not particularly good, is it? Right, Hector and Kayla. That's from the Into the Dead, isn't it? Hector. I've got Hector's assault rifle and Kayla's pistol. So those two actually have a short story. Do I know Daryl and Leo or Sebastian and Diane from the main game? I don't think so. So I'm pretty sure Hector and Kayla are the only characters that I recognise from Into the Dead 2. So, Kayla, a rebellious high school student, would frequently clash with her overprotective father Hector, who would often push her into embracing his passion for outdoor living and self-reliance, hence the reason he's got the engraved sniper rifle with the silencer tied round the end, and she was given a pistol that improved the gun to actually have piercing ammo. The pair managed to reconcile after the chaos of the outbreak and the tragic loss of Kayla's mother. So Hector's a gearhead because he actually improved her pistol to have the armor piercing ability, gains an extra component resource of each dismantled item. Fortified barricades are cheaper to repair, and Insomniac loses more rest each phase. She is evasive, small chance of not taking damage in combat. An escape artist creates more lockpicks when crafting at the workbench, and lightweight reduces backpack space. Hector and Kelly are the same as the ones from Into the Dead 2. Yeah, that's what I thought. The other three pairs I don't recognise at all. Daphne and Penny. Daphne, a dedicated therapist, was helping her patient Penny manage her intrusive thoughts and violent impulses. Oh, great. Sounds like a great partner. However, as the city fell to the undead, the pair started relying on each other in ways they never anticipated. So Daphne has first aid training, medical items are cheaper to craft, a good cook, recipes generate more food at the cooking station, and a pacifist, attack damage is reduced. Okay, so we've got basically a medic cook. Blade expert, increases damage when using a bladed weapon. Sneaky, makes less noise when scavenging. And haunted, undead attacks may also add a trauma state. Because, yeah, so she sounds really good other than her downside. A sneaky blade expert mixed with a first aid cook sounds like you've got a really good pair, other than their downsides that Daphne doesn't really do very good attacks and Penny is going to freak out. So let's go with Hector and Kaylee and continue the Into the Dead 2 theme. Yeah, Daphne and Penny are stealth focused. Yeah, I don't know why I went with these two, just cause I recognise the names really. Daytime, Wednesday, August. This shelter won't do. The barricades are in bad shape and there's barely enough here to survive. We need to move to a new shelter as soon as possible and then find a way to escape this hellhole. Objective, find a new shelter and move in. Phases. Each day is split into two phases, daytime and night. During a phase you can assign survivors to craft stations to craft, resolve their needs or scavenge, confirm actions to the end phase to put the survivors to work. Map station. The map station is where you assign survivors to scavenge nearby locations for resources. Scavenging begins when the current phase has ended. The undead hurled themselves against the barricades. You managed to hold them back this time. Barricades look to be broken. I don't really know. Maybe that's really low. I'll see how. I assume that you get lots of white bars the more your barricades are, and it goes up from there, I guess. Have we got a time? Is this timer going to start just working its way throughout? Ooh, we've got zombies on the side of that barricade. That's what that means. Press up to enter the stairs. Have a look at the map station. And what's the best house on the worst street? It's hard to tell the difference now. Low zombie density as opposed to a medium zombie density. Some cupboards and drawers may contain food and other useful items. So we'll prepare a scavenge on that. And we can take some lockpicks just in case. Okay, before we do that, let's have a... Oh, we've got zombies on that side too. What we got there? Have we got anything to find at all? Anything I can do to help? She could sleep. Power change character, right, so control pad support seems a little bit off. Side note, Darkest Days, or ODD for short, is a prequel to Internet 1 and 2. Seeing this run smoothly, I assume your PC is considered PC Master Race. My PC is, yeah, quite good. It is quite old on the CPU now. It's 8700K, I believe, overclocked to 5 gig on all 6 cores. And I've got a 3070 Ti as a graphics card. My RAM is actually a little bit low now. It's only 16 gig of RAM, and I believe it's a 2133 overclock. So it's yeah, it's a decent PC. I don't know how to interact with said doodad. Y button. Okay, let's try a Y button. Right, so repair small. Since he seems to be my repair dude, let's throw some in there. Since I don't actually know what I'm doing at all, we'll just go with that. We'll cue them in. He's working on that, and therefore she is... Take it, that door's just barricaded. Right. So he's going to work. She's going to go out and stealth around. So let's interact with that and prepare to scavenge. Take your pick locks. Y to go scavenge. Okay. So I assume now I hold right bumper to move the cycle on tonight. Be careful, losing the survivor means they're gone for good. Yeah, that old ploy. peek button. Move into doors to peek. Okay. So is the zombies cry? Okay, let's get ready. I'm gonna close the door behind me. Creepy. Right. Ooh, let's go through that. Oh, raw meat, lovely, and some vegetables. Awesome. I'm gonna peek through there. Open the door. Oh, that sounds zombie-like. I've got no sort of weapon and I don't really feel like going fisticuffs with a zombie. Right, what do we got? Let's value records, Griffiths and Sons hardware, hard short. Right. Right. Can I climb onto the roof any further that way? No. So is scissors a pair? Is that a weapon? How do I open my inventory? It's a weapon. A pair of scissors. Right. Well, love. So if I okay. Oh, I sneak again. Run. Down. D-pad. In. Out. Shake it all about. God damn. With B. Yeah, the control pad is definitely a bit dodgy. It doesn't really like having a control pad and a mouse and controller stuck in. Okay, press E behind, do a stealth kill. I don't know what that is. Y button. E! Ah, yeah! Did you? Did you good? Right. I've got a lockpick to get in there, and she's definitely the lockpicky type. So let's have a go. Nice. Okay. So I'm gonna take the hatchet. Gotta have the hatchet. Gotta take the wood planks. Right. Food, resources. Okay, so I don't know what the clothes will be, so let's throw the clothes back in there. And it really doesn't like the controller, that's a pain. this coping device or something like that. Can't remember. Okay. There has been an update or two on Steam, so maybe they've updated it from that to beer. I mean, I've never played it. As I said, this is the first time I've looked at it, but I have noticed that there was a couple of updates from when it was very first released. So if you played it on, say, the first day of release, maybe they've changed something since then. I assume something outside the zone is somewhere I can't go to yet. Okay, and that one's a potential shelter. And moves me this way across town. So, I guess I can prepare scavenge. Okay, so she's going to take that. If I change to him, I assume it just throws everything straight into the resource. I can't. Okay, that's. It really doesn't like the keyboard. That's controller. Okay, so bottled water. I've got a fair amount of resource. He's a little hungry. Okay, so while scavenging, look for leads. Gather enough leads will unlock plans which you can complete to achieve a successful ending. They do like their successful endings, don't they? Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. Scary Dave, you said that it's a prequel to Into the Dead 1 and 2, which also follows Pickpock's story development, because obviously Into the Dead 1 came out first, which was actually the end one, because if you get the final storyline in Into the Dead 2, you hear the chopper crash and then the Into the Dead 1 music plays. So they're working their game backwards from the end. So in Into the Dead 1, it's James running for as long as he can survive after the helicopter crash, and Into the Dead 2 is what led up to him getting onto the helicopter before Into the Dead 1, and this is going to lead into the Dead 2. So that'll be interesting. Right, since that's all he can do, can you eat? Where's the food station? Is there a food station? I don't want to use extra panels if I can avoid it. So instead of him making any more, I'm going to assign him to bed. Since I've got 3 bars of barricades, and let's see if I can do that. So he's going to have a sleep. And you, girl, guess what you're going to do? You're going to go sneaking again. Sneak in. Right. Come out here, prepare scavenge, take them, and go scavenge. grade when used. Oh, didn't know that. In regards to Dead 1, it is presumed to be either non-canon or a fever dream, purgatory. Oh, I don't know if I've ever seen that. I don't know if Pickpock have ever particularly said that. I mean, I just assumed it was the ending. So, like the helicopter crash, he survives the helicopter crash and then just runs for as long as he can before he gets killed. I thought basically everybody in the Pickpock storyline is just they just die. So Crampy dies coming down the mountain. James dies eventually, even if he escapes into the Dead 2. He then has a helicopter crash, which introduces into the Dead 1. So I don't know where have you read that it or found that it's meant to be a fever dream. Okay, someone's in there. Kill the undead to move in. Oh dear. Right up top of the stairs. Oh. Maybe I should have brought the axe too. Live and learn, maybe. Close the door already. No, don't open it again. Jesus! What are you playing at? Okay, so some resources. I need a weapon. Maddie is canonically alive in Into the Dead 3. Okay, I haven't seen any Into the Dead 3 stuff yet either. So I'll have to have a look at that stuff too. Right, let's see if I can open this door. Okay. There's a bed. We've got over here. There's a gun. Broken pistol. So unless you're going to whack someone with it. Upstairs is jammed. Let's come down the stairs. Oh! Hey, can you actually kill him with bare hands? Wow, that's a bit of a fight. Oh dear. Frying pan, a skillet. Okay, well, never underestimate the power of a frying pan. Coffee beans and some sugar. Okay. Let's see if we can. So that's the way out. Okay. Let's throw some bits in there. to release a trailer for Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, and Into the Dead 3. Oh, I might have seen it then. Maybe I wasn't just not remembering enough. Right, so that door's unblocked. Right, let's go fisticuffs with her up there with Miss Skillet. Some more resources here. Okay, all undead are done, so we can now move in. I don't know how I'll do that, but I assume I have to go home first, maybe? Go out the back door. Let's use this backpack to store some other bits first. So let's drop the fabric back in and vegetables. Let's I assume that's just one spare, so let's therefore drop one of them back in there. And we'll go back with decent handfuls. She gave herself quite a beat in there, because I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, the 10th anniversary, the most recent one, I believe. I might have seen it not so long ago, just not paying enough attention to their trailers. Yeah, so one of the barricades came down. So he's hungry but healthy. She's not so much. Channel Sausage. Hello, Channel Sausage. I remembered speaking to you before too. Right. So can I just move in? Yes, I can. Can I left bump move shelter? Move your survivors to this shelter. So the survivors assigned to stations and map locations will be unassigned. Any crafting and process will be cancelled or reimbursed. Cool. I take it you just take all your stuff with you. Okay, workbench crafts essential items can build new stations, expand your shelter's capabilities. Stations are the key to long-term survival and come with you when you reach shelter. Okay, but did my bag of stuff that I left here get added to my inventory automatically, or is it now gone? You see, so there's a backpack that I'd left some stuff here. Okay, the 2 crates have been added to my inventory, so I can only assume everything that was here is still here. So I had the 2 crates that I didn't have. I believe the extra bit of food. So yeah, it looks like it gets added automatically. because I was playing the other Into the Dead earlier, which volume seems to be a lot higher. Right. How does that sound? A bit better? Okay, is there no bed? I thought there was a bed. Did you take the bed away? No, there's the bed. Right. Kayla being a little bit beaten up. Thank you. Right. So. Yeah, thank you. Right. Let's also have something to eat while we're doing this. One of my barricades got taken down. So. Sleeping seems to have healed her a bit. I haven't seen the trailer for Dying Like the Beast yet. I have heard that there's one out, so it was something I was going to look at. I really did like Dying Light 1. I didn't play Dying Light 2, so that'll be something that I probably should have done, because Dying Light 1 graphically was amazing. Do I have to put my own cooking station in? Is that how that works? Wow, it just went literally right there. Does either one of them have any cooking skills? I don't believe so. Go on then, Hector. See what dinner we can make up. Let's make 2 of them, one for each of us, and eat. By the way, crafting a gun in the demo is nearly impossible. I've not actually played demo yet, so this is literally my first time through it. So that's something I will come across. I don't know how long it will take to complete the demo. But we shall find that out, I guess. Right. So I've got 2 foods assigned. source, is it? More? The hardware store. The church is difficult, is it? They both got mediums on me density. I was thinking the hardware store because I might be able to get some weapons or materials more likely there. Plus, if you say the other one's hard, let's go to that one next. Oh, well, I'm more prepared anyway. Okay, so take the axe and the thing, because the skillet's about to break anyway. saucepan. Who would have thought? Come back out here for the vegetables when that saucepan breaks. Okay, go down. so we've got meat stew or vegetable soup. Okay, let's make a couple of meat stews. You can actually make loads more, so let's just make a load of food up all at once. Can she therefore actually make She can make more, but let's go easy on my resources just in case. Move this one out. Yeah, I'm quite bad constantly to get rid of the status effect. Okay. I thought it'd just take time after the recovery. Another. Right, so Hannah's going to eat a meat stew. Hector is going to eat a vegetable soup. And then he hasn't slept for probably about 3 days. So let's go tell him to hit the hay. This time, I assume the zombies don't reappear. So we can go back there with one of them, and I won't take a weapon because I'm going to assume that they don't come back. So she's going to go and wander. Tips: if you 1v1 a zombie and you spam melee quick enough, even with bare hands, you can kill it without getting hurt. Spam melee quick enough. Clear that. Long this. Clear that. Okay. She seems to have recovered from her flesh wound. It's not listing it there anymore. Okay. So they're all pretty good. Stat wise, health wise, all the rest of it wise. Hector's hungry, really, so he's gonna have seems to have gone. He's one. She seems to have lost her flesh wound effect. Maybe more serious wounds require more bandages. Maybe I don't know what other effects there are, but maybe if it was a broken arm as opposed to just a flesh wound, maybe it would have required more treatments. Right, let's go to the church. Okay, well, since the axe is quieter, let's go with that. Let's take a picklock just in case. Get a scavenge. Can't apply bandages. Can't scavenge it. Okay. What's going on here? All welcome, always Wednesday service. PSA flyer has been pinned to this notice. It reads, bring only what you'll need, leave valuables and non-essential items at home. When your household number is called, head towards your district's designated evacuation point. There's a chair up against the door, but it means I still can't peek. That's a bit annoying. Can't vault over that. No. We got going over here. Still allowed to use the flashlight. Okay. Campbell. Missed a bit here. Oh no, the church. Hey Churchy, bring the s'mores. Wounds recovered, you doing one bandit at a time. Campbell, where's Ash Williams when you need him most? Once you get down, game on. One mistake and you're dead. Yeah, I see some. Okay, love, get in there. Drop down, hide, and then remove the door. Okay. Escape route planned. Some junk food. Change of plan. Yeah. Oh, what can I see? Fire station number 8, Texas. Texway gas stations. New locations. I like the way how they've done that. That glove here. I can ring the bell. I bet that's a really dumb idea. Let's do it. Please, I can't face this alone. Recruit survivor, Raoul. Please, I can send another right up here. Is a chemist, a feather fist. Weapons, damages, and sensitive stomach, reduces chance of being sick from eating undercooked food. Well, sounds like a pain in my ass, but I'll have you. Thanks, I figured I'd die up here. I did ring the bell though. Pick it up there. Breaking on rescuing that. It's war cry. Moment. Lose you. You go back to one way. I did ring the bell though. So you can try. Bing! Wakey wakey. I assume we have to go back to him now. But maybe ringing the bell will draw them all to the front of the church and I'll be able to... Oh, no. Come on, love. No, we'll definitely hear movement. They're just hanging around at the back door down there, aren't they? Sounds like a start to a good metal trap. Oh wow, there's loads of them. Keep going off the edge, see you later. Come on. You just all walk off the edge of the tent, edge of the roof. I'll walk you back a little bit. Just not. I know it says I can jump the map. I just want to sort of let myself back in that way. Okay. Kinda died. Everyone else is sad because Kyla's dead. But I got Regal. Okay, well. This is alright, very much like this war of mine. I believe there's another game like this war of mine as well. Run! No Tempest. Yeah, no more Tempest, we're done with that idea. I've lost control of the character. Okie doke. Turn my pad on and off again, see if that sorts it. Oh, he's ignoring my pad or he's really depressed. I think he's just ignoring my pad then. Right. Well, that was a good test of how the gameplay works. What happens if the barricades break? I assume you just lose your shelter entirely and that's it, game over. Good glory, booze. Now Henry gonna drink himself to death with Raoul. Yeah, apparently. Sounds like a good idea to me. Right. Some characters will actually... Oh, not override so far. That's what I want to do. I just wanted to have a look at the other characters again and see what their actual traits were. Barricades break, the whole party loses a big chunk of their health. You still got a further idea that Orchard was one zombie and by curiosity killed Daryl. And Daryl, like the one out of Into the Dead. Got a turtle. He's afraid. Right. I am going to have a half-hour break or so, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to pick some new characters, and I'm going to actually work out how to actually complete the demo. So I will be back at about 2. If you want to continue watching my stream of Into the Dead Darkest Days, I'll see you then. And we'll start again, because I don't want time to be dead. That's not good for now. Does it have a problem closing? Does it always just crash every time it ends? As opposed to close? Because that's a bit weird. Yeah. Take care, guys. I will see you soon, and I will make a good attempt of Darkest Days. But I've just got to have a half-hour stop for a moment, and I will catch you again soon. Yes, it does. Take care. See you in a bit.